Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new chapter of Shingeki no Kyojin, or Attack on Titan, which is on chapter 132. Well, this chapter right here, I was spoiled about it. And I did not want to believe it. And then after seeing this chapter, nothing feels more hurtful than seeing my insides of my mentality cry out, okay? I mean, just a spoiler alert warning, and hopefully I'll do what I can, but let's just get this started right away. Might be a very long recap, so enjoy it. The monologue, the chapter opens up with some dialogue, it's quiet. Oreha's citizens must have fled south, his ship's already gone out. And then Hanji says, I'll ask the Azimuthos before the Colossals cross the mountains, I'll try to launch the flying boat into the sky, so for our hometown, please save Hizuru, etc. And we see everybody trying to get the plane fixed up, get them all ready. Everyone's like, okay, let's go, we might somehow have to send them towards Eren or something, something, etc. And we have to it that Armin wants to use those explosives to send them to Eren, As for Flock, he ends up crying out loud and freaking out. Everybody's already dead. Captain, Margaret, Liberio, my family. What should I do? What the hell should I even do? Even Piek's like, I don't know. I don't even know what to do. Annie can only stare in silence right now. And as Mikasa talks to her, he says, hey, Annie, you want to check your equipment? Have you gotten used to it yet? And Annie's like, Rainer and I used it earlier. We gotten used to it. And Annie decides to ask Mikasa why. Now do what you can. And Annie's like, so I did say I was going to depart. And Mikasa's like, you're not getting on the flying boat? She said, yeah, I'm sorry, but saving? I don't know how you will manage to save humanity. Rather, the Eldians of Marley have been oppressed by Eren. From the day I was born, even if the rumbling stopped right after Marley's destructions, there won't be anything left to protect Eldia. I really feel sorry for them. They weighed their hopes on us just to save our hometown. But I just can't fight anymore. I'm done. I just want there to be peace. Nothing more. And we have to it that, Mikasa, asked Annie, since when? She said, what? She said, never mind. Anyways, Mikasa seems to be saying you don't have anything to do right now, but since Armin is taking the flying boat with us, I'm going to see Eren. And Annie's like, I know, so what are you going to do? Are you going to save humanity by killing Eren? And Mikasa's like, I'm not going to kill him. I'm going to get the old Eren back. I just want that. And Annie's like, that's that, but where's your scarf? She says, I have it, but I'm not wearing it right now. We have to it, Armin, which looks at Levi and tries to talk to him, saying, you gotta sleep a little bit more, okay? You gotta rest up. And Levi's like, what? So you can forget about me? No way in hell I'm gonna be sleeping any longer, okay? That guy Zeke is out there right now, and I'm not gonna rest until he's dead, And we have to it that, Piek decides to talk to Levi about this, and we see a backstory flashback about possibly Yelena and Eren talking to each other, and with Flock listening in the background, If the world were to exterminate the land of Island Paradise, I will assemble the ships at the military port. After raiding Liberia, you'll go to prison for 1 month, and we'll gather the allies there. The 2 Titans who contacted Zeke were dealt with. There's a limit to the rumbling. Later on, with the Colossals in the walls of Shina, the world will be able to revolt without any issues. Will that be the only target for the enemy? Won't that attack Paradise for decades? As Yelena explains, nations that have lost their battleships will be driven to collapse. If all major nations collapse, that is more than enough for us. Although the aerospace lab in the southern Marleyan Mountains is somewhat concerning. We have to it that Yelena explains to everyone that she explained her plans to Eren, and that there's something in the aerospace lab in the southern Marleyan Mountains is making something there that might be concerning. She even explains to everyone Satarose, right? And we have to it that Piek says surely if he knew about the existence of any weapon that could take down the founding Titan, he would then go to carry for air base to destroy their planes, that kind of thing. Although Levi says, you're so obedient. She said, yeah, but I have a favor to ask in return. Zeke lost, but he was not wrong. The only solution to the 2,000 years of Eldian problem is a euthanasia plan. You can see from the destruction of the rumbling, and Hanji's like, I admit, Eren did not show any solution, hope, or future, only my helplessness. The next day comes about, everybody's getting ready right now, and Pieck tells Azimamoto, or whatever that woman's name, is like, I leave the kids to you. The ship isn't very safe either, but it's safer than the damn plane. And the woman asks Pieck, like, I don't mind, but will the kids be fine? And Pieck's like, lock them in the room. Make sure they don't come out until the plane has taken off, okay? I have to give meaning to my comrades' sacrifices. It's my duty as a warrior. And as everyone else, they all get ready to go. As for Levi, he's barely holding on to, like, the very thing, the launcher or something for his ODM gear whatsoever, but he says 2 fingers should be enough. It's fine. Although it looks like he's shaking a bit, and I really wish I'd never see him in that condition, Heck, I'd rather see him with a bunch of scars and maybe scarred up back than freaking, like, missing fingers, because I'm pretty sure that's gonna make an effect on his performance. But that aside, we have to it that Pieck and Reiner talks to Annie one last time, saying, I'm the only one fleeing, so don't worry about it, etc., And we have to it that Pieck's like, hey, don't let it concern you, okay? You were never loyal to Marley from the begin with. You don't have to carry on that burden. And Annie ends up looking at Reiner and ends up talking to him, and Reiner says, look, I really want to apologize to you and Bertolt and everybody. This all happened because I forced you guys to continue the mission. If I could do it again, you and Bertolt could return to your families, and I don't have the right to apologize, honestly. And Annie's like, yeah, I lost how many times I really wanted to kill you. You know that, right? He said, yeah, you sure were patient. He ends up giving her a soft hug goodbye and says, I'm leaving Gabby and Falco to you, okay? She said, yeah, no problem. While everybody says their goodbyes to Annie and Armin, Annie say goodbye to each other, And we have to it that Armin was asked, hey, Armin, are you okay? And he goes like, hey, he was depending on her a lot. And, well, Annie has fought before. And Armin's like, Annie's fine as she is, And Hanji asks Armin, are you sure you want to stay with us? Even if we stop the rumbling, there's no certainty for Elia's future. You do know that, right? And Pieck's like, as much as I hate to admit it, as you said, General Magath gave us one final command, and that's working together. And Hanji's like, hey, can you turn into your cart titan again so I can feel something? She says, no, that'll make me feel ridiculous. And even Levi's like, you know what? You're still a titan romantic in your eyes. You know that, right? He goes, and Hanji's like, well, we'll be friends soon, And she even asks, and Hanji decides to ask Levi, hey, Levi, is everyone watching? Can we see the face of our dead comrades or something? And Levi's like, hey, don't talk about that stuff, okay? We have to it that everybody seems to be getting ready right now, but unfortunately, we have to it that we see someone like Flock. I'm just going to say right now, Flock shows up, shoots the plane, and Mikasa launches her ODM gear at his throat and puts him in death row right now. Everyone's surprised to see Flock right there, and we have to it that they say, oh man, he shot the holes in the fuel tank, but they go like, hey, it'll take an hour for us to seal up these holes in the fuel tank that Flock did, but it shouldn't take too long. But unfortunately for them, some bad news comes about because the rumbling is already near them. Even Reiner's like, crud, they're here, they're all freaking here. And we have to it that it's like, okay, check the engines, pour in fuel whenever we have possible. And we have to it that Flock tells Hanji and John, like, please, don't go. I'm begging you, don't go, okay? The island will be massacred. Everything we have and love will all die. The devil's our only hope. Please stop this madness. And all of a sudden, Flock passes away. And Hanji's like, it's as you say, Flock, but we can't give up. If we fail today, we can try again. But we have to it that the rumbling continues, and Gabby and Falco's like, hey, open the damn door, what are you doing? Open the door, and Annie's like, shut up, please. And she feels really guilty because she's sealing them in the door right now. As for everyone else, we have to it that, the rumbling of the Titans is coming near right now, and we have to it that Mikasa's like, Armin, we are seriously out of options. And we have to that Armin is willing to buy time, but Reiner's like, no, you are the only thing or key to stopping Eren from all this. I will buy you time. But Hanji's like, no, we can't afford to use your Titan powers here, and not only that, we can't afford to let it be lost. We have to it that Hanji says, I'm the one that brought everyone here. I killed countless comrades to be here. I will take that burden. And Hanji passes on leadership to Armin and says the requirement for the commander of the scouts is to never give up. There's no one better than you. I'll leave everyone to you. And she says her goodbyes to everyone and says, Levi's your subordinate now, so good luck. And everyone's like, what? We have to it that, like, Levi calls Hanji Four Eyes, and and Hanji decides to tell Levi, my time's up, I want to go out the bang, so please let me go. Knowing that Levi knows it's inevitable, decides to say, dedicate your heart, okay? And we have to it that Hanji charges towards the Colossal Titans and says, these guys are really wonderful. While Hanji buys enough time, blows up the one Colossal Titan, one falls down, and we have to it the Colossal Titans continues their freaking rampaging, and we have to it that Hanji is continuing to fight, and right now she's burning up right now, killing another Colossal Titan, and we have to it that they managed to fly off right in the nick of time, while everybody can only cry out for Hanji, and everyone can only be in mourning because of what she did. And we have to it that Levi says, goodbye, Hanji. It's been nice knowing you, And he asks her to watch over us. And Hanji wakes up in a different world and says, whoa, the plane, where did it go? And one of them says, it took off. Hey, Hanji, you finally did your duty. While everybody stares at her, telling her good job, she says, Urban, everyone? Well, I see, huh? Well, seriously, it was hard being a commander because of that stupid idiot Eren, It must have been very difficult. And everyone's like, I'll listen to your story, While everybody is watching Hanji, and she's being picked up right now, and the chapter ends off there. Well, that last segment when I'm telling you about Hanji, she crossed over to the afterlife with her comrades, that kind of thing. So, overall, without a lot of details in this chapter, it looks like to me everybody is readying their plane to try to launch in the sky so they could try to stop Eren, while Annie and everyone else take separate ways, while Annie decides to stay away from him, while Gabby and Falco are forced to stay on the boat, etc. Mikasa, Armin, Reiner, Connie, Jean, multiple others rides the plane, and the rumbling comes close the next day, and Hanji gives them enough time for them to be able to launch themselves in the air, and she finally crossed over to the afterlife with her comrades, saying, a lot has happened, can't wait to tell you what's up, etc. So yeah, there is one location that is mentioned in this chapter where Eren might be going next, because it is a weapon that that's in the aerospace lab in the southern Marleyan Mountains, and Satarosa is what's called from Pieck, I think that's the next location that Eren's going to go to stop it, because I think there's a weapon over there that could possibly stop him or possibly kill him. I don't know, but one thing for sure I could tell you is that Flock, he's dead. I mean, yeah, that aside, gives out his last words asking everyone, please stop it, okay? Eren is needed for us to do what he needs to do to help us, But, he falls on deaf ears knowing that I'm not going to listen to him, But, yeah. So, yeah, Hanji dies in this episode. In this chapter. And so does Flock, Although, this chapter seems very grim right now, because is everyone going to die now? Who knows? But one thing for sure, it's not looking so great. So, yeah, Eren on the killing rampage and non-stop, I guess this guy's really serious about murdering everybody, but can he be stopped? Who knows? We're about to find out. So, until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zittle. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!